WTTW Chicago is proud to present the Steppenwolf Theater Company, featuring John Malkovich, Joan Allen, Glenn Headley, Francis Guinan, and Jeff Perry, in a play by Ralph Pape called Say Goodnight Gracie.
What next?
Excuse me. Wait. Before you say anything, I got something wonderful to tell you.
What's you doing in my apartment? You trying to give me a heart attack or something?
No, it's okay. Jenny let me in. She went to pick up a dress at the cleaners. How'd the audition go?
What are you doing in my apartment, Steve?
You weren't right for the part, were you?
Never mind.
No, wait. Before you say anything, I have got something wonderful to tell you.
Not
Come on,
now,
ask me.
please.
Come on, Jenny will be back. Bobby will be here. We'll be leaving for the reunion. Come on, ask me.
Where's the chunky turkey soup?
Soup? Soup? Who cares about soup?
Where is the chunky turkey soup?
I ate it.
You ate the chunky turkey soup?
Well, I was alone. I was excited and hungry. I wanted to celebrate. And here was this little can crying, "Take me, open me, eat me, I'm yours."
Steve, early this morning, as I was about to leave my apartment, I paused for a moment in my kitchen. I made certain that hidden away there was still one remaining can of chunky turkey soup. Why did I do this?
Don't you want to know why I was so excited?
I did this because I love it. Why do I love it? I don't know. I can't honestly tell you why I love chunky turkey soup.
Jerry, what's the matter? Did your boss give you more static about taking off to go to auditions?
Can't you see? I got a lot on my mind. It's more than a job or an audition that's bothering me.
Well, of course I can see that. I'm not insensitive. Will you just let me tell you what I've been trying to tell you? Okay. Now, you know the girl who comes in the bookstore where I work, Miriam? Well, she knows I'm a writer. And today she tells me that she doesn't know why. She never thought of it before. But if I were to come up with an outline for a situation comedy pilot, she has got contacts with Norman Lear and can get him to read it. Norman Lear, producer, All in the Family, Mary Harmon, right? Okay, now, by a strange coincidence, what do you suppose I have been working on in secret for the past 2 months? A completely original TV series in which, now hold on to your seat, I have modeled the central character on you. I even gave him your name. His name is Jerry. Okay, now one day it just comes to me. A situation comedy about a group of people who were members of the very first TV generation, born and raised in the dawn of the atomic age, whose lives have gone nowhere, whose dreams have been shattered. See, they see themselves as hopeless failures, or at best historical curiosities, and who do not have the slightest idea what to do about it. Now, I firmly believe the time is right for something like this. It cannot miss. Do you see what I'm getting at? When the script is picked up, guess who I'm going to recommend for the part? There'll be no way they can turn you down. Well, what do you think?
Steve, I hate to tell you this.
Tell me what?
You're fantasizing again.
No, I'm not fantasizing again. Jerry, what I'm writing now is a cumulative result of everything that's happened to me in the past 10 years. This is it. I know it. Okay. So maybe it sounds a little pretentious, but I'm firmly convinced that I've achieved some form of maturity as an artist.
Maturity, Steve?
Come on. Don't you appreciate what I'm trying to do for you? I was trying to cheer you up. I thought it would make you laugh.
It was a great success, Steve.
Now,
Thank
come
you.
on. Don't tell me you don't remember this. I found this in a box in my closet last week. You used to have one, too. Don't you remember in grammar school, we'd go over to Bobby's house and watch that Ernie Kovacs show, and they had the guys on the Nairobi Trio, the guys in gorilla suits, and the three of us went out. We bought these masks. We got dressed up every
Steve!
week.
Man, we're almost 30 years old.
Well, so what?
Do you know why I feel sorry for you?
You know I do. It's been 15 years since Ambrose died, but to me he was more than just a parakeet.
Because you're silly. Come on, face it, Steve, you're a silly man. I mean, there's no other word for it. I, on the other hand, yeah, well, I'm a stupid man. But you know what? I'd rather be a stupid man than a silly man. Because a stupid man at least tries. I mean, a stupid man cares. A stupid man in his own stupid way has integrity. Not like a silly man. How can a silly man care about anything, Steve? Or have integrity, or... I mean...
Well, don't stop now. This is much better than that speech about the soup.
Damn it! Does it amuse you to watch my mind turning into a piece of Swiss cheese? Now, does it?
Hello? Hello. Hi. Hey, you like my hair, huh? Mr. Norris let me have the afternoon off so I could have it done. How'd the audition go? Oh, you weren't right for the part, were you? Well, what'd the director say? I bet he said you gave the best audition he saw all week, huh?
He said that the character in the play needed to convince the audience he possessed certain qualities, and unfortunately, they were all qualities he didn't think I could convey.
Like what?
Maturity, strength, belief in his ultimate worth as a human being. Should I go on? Or?
Jerry, that's ridiculous. Didn't he look at your resume? I mean, you did all those Shakespeare and Greek things, and you even played what's-his-name in college.
What do you mean?
You know who I mean.
But who?
You know, what's his name? What?
Hamlet?
Hamlet, yeah, that's right. You even played Hamlet in college. Didn't he see that?
He implied I'd be wise to delete that, as well as several other items from my resume. He told me to walk over to this mirror and look into it. He asked me if I honestly thought that I could see Hamlet in the mirror. I said, yes, I could. No, Jerry, he said. You only think you see Hamlet in that mirror. What you really see in that mirror is the face of a man terrified of his own toothbrush. The face of a man so afraid to leave his home, he thinks the ground will open up and swallow him if he steps outside. Those were his exact words. Then, as I was about to leave, he smiled, and he shook my hand. And he said the one word that's the most encouraging word you can hear after an audition. He said, wait. Look, Jerry, he said, I like you, and I respect you. And because of that respect, which I hope is mutual, I feel an obligation to be completely frank with you at this moment, Jerry. Always remember, you are never going to play Hamlet on the professional stage. You are never going to play Macbeth. You are never going to play King Lear. Never, 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 never. But thank you for coming.
Don't take it personally.
Jenny, I think your hair looks beautiful.
My thank you, Stephen. Now, I hope I didn't hear the two of you arguing before I came in.
Well, see, if you hadn't come back, I'd probably be a bloody pulp by now. It all started because I told Jerry I had a surprise for him.
Yeah? What's that?
Well, I happen to be writing a pilot for a situation comedy that's going to be read and picked up by Norman Lear. And when it is, I have arranged for Jerry to star in it.
Oh, Steve, that's wonderful. Isn't that wonderful, Jerry?
Well, see, but Jerry says he doesn't want me to make him famous. He says he enjoys being miserable. And then he slapped me around for about 15 minutes. And holding a knife to my throat, he said if I ever tried to bring a little sunshine into his life again, he'd kill me.
Oh, that's nice. Listen, I've just got to get out of these clothes.
You better pick out something nice for Jerry to wear to that reunion tonight.
Stephen. Before you say anything else, I'm not going to that reunion tonight.
What? You're kidding.
Will you take Ginny for me? Come on, the two of you'll be with Bobby, whoever he's got for a girlfriend these days. It'll be like a nice double date for him.
How about those Mets? You're not going to the reunion?
I just can't. I can't go. I need one night by myself to do some thinking. Will you take her for me?
Jerry, the only reason she wants to go to this reunion is because of you.
I know. I know that. I just wish she'd think of herself for a change. I tried to tell her that, Steve. I can't talk to her anymore. I don't.
Well, you're not the easiest person in the world to talk to. You know that?
You know, some of the people she works with, they think we're married. She hasn't even bothered to tell them the truth.
Great double play combination. Man, you should have seen her before. She was so excited about tonight.
I don't want to hear this. Hey.
Now, Jerry, she told me that she hasn't been so excited since the night you and she met. When she opened that door and saw you there, just asleep in that basket, just clutching that little picture and resume with the little handwritten note that made her cry as she read it aloud. Please give this man a home. His needs are very simple. Food, clothes, weekly allowance.
Jerry, I'm going to hang out your Oxford blue shirt for tonight. Is that okay? Huh? I said, is that okay?
Why, yes, dear. That would be just fine. But could you possibly locate my cordovan wingtips, honey? And the floral ascot? You know the one. The one with the embroidered initials.
Stop it. Stephen, Jerry. Jerry, is there another shirt you'd rather wear tonight?
Ginny.
Yeah?
Okay, I'm not going to go to the reunion tonight.
Come on, you can't be serious.
I have to do my exercises.
Jerry! Hey, you're really not going?
Look, I'm sorry. You just have to go with Steve.
With Steve? Oh, no offense, Stephen.
No, please, that's what I'm here for.
No, but why? Jerry, just because you had one terrible audition, you've had 1,000 terrible auditions.
It was not only the audition, it was a lot of things.
Well, I don't want to go all the way out to New Jersey by myself, you know.
You're not going to be by yourself.
Well, and what in heaven's name are you going to tell Bobby? My God, you know how sensitive Bobby is.
No.
And he's canceling a concert tonight. He's driving all the way out from Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Probably stoned out of his mind.
Probably stoned out of his mind, yeah, just so he can drive his two oldest friends to their high school reunion. And now you're going to tell him that you're not going. Jerry, that's just the kind of thing that could push Bobby over the edge, you know? Oh, hell. If that's Bobby, I won't know what to tell him. Jerry, you better answer the phone. Jerry, stop pretending you can't hear me and answer the phone. Jerry!
Would you like me to answer?
Please, Stephen, would you?
Hello? Bobby? Where are you? No, it's number 115. Yeah, the basement. Yeah. Oh, I see. What's her name? Yeah, Ginny's here, but she can't come to the phone right now. Well, are you sitting down, Bobby? Well, you better sit down, buddy. Yeah. He's dead. No, Bobby, this is not a gag.
Steve.
Hey!
Steve.
No, he got a heart attack doing those stupid exercises. Yeah, he fell right into the coffee table. See, Ginny and I were sitting here, and I was doing that crossword puzzle and TV Guide, and we heard this moan, we look up, and he'd fallen right across the coffee table. Now, I managed to pull the bowl of potato chips clear in time. But it was terrible. I mean, see, I only had one more word to, well, I don't know. I know, it's not important, but hey, why are you laughing, Bobby? Hey, I don't think this is anything to laugh at, Bob. Hey, Bobby, don't hang up. Bobby, hey!
Steve, where was Bobby calling from?
At the corner. He forgot the number of the building.
What? He's at the corner? You're kidding. He's not supposed to be here for another 2 hours. Okay, Steve, he mentioned his girlfriend. Didn't he? What was he saying about his girlfriend, huh?
Her name's Catherine. She's an airline stewardess, and they've been living together for almost a year.
Okay, her name is Catherine. She's an airline stewardess, and they've been living together for almost a year.
Relax, will you?
Relax, Jerry. How can I relax? Okay, now look, Jerry, I know you've got a lot on your mind, but I would hope you would consider my feelings once in a while.
Jenny, I am considering your...
No, you are not. You know I'm going to find it very difficult to go all the way out to that reunion without you. You know that. Well, what am I supposed to tell all the people you went to high school with when they want to know why the famous actor didn't show up?
Tell them whatever you want. Tell them what Steve told Bobby over the phone.
Don't talk like that!
It doesn't matter what you tell them.
Yes, it does too matter. Don't you ever talk like that. Okay, Jerry, hold up your blanket. And please be nice to Bobby, no matter how you feel. He's your friend. We haven't seen him in over a year, all right? Stop it. Okay. Gee, I'm just glad I'm not going to break Bobby's heart.
Steve, come on.
Come on, Steve, stop it. Stop it. Okay. Steven, now, Jerry, I'm not going to mention anything to Bobby about you're not going to this reunion tonight. You're going to have to tell him yourself, all right? All right?
Hey, all right.
Steven! Steve!
Jenny!
Bobby! Hi!
Hey, Jerry!
Hey, Catherine, I'm Ginny. Come on in.
Jerry?
Oh, no, just,
Little headache, Bob.
yeah.
Forget the headache, man. Can't have no headaches tonight, am I right? Hey, this guy better not have no headache. This guy got a headache?
What?
Hey, Stevie! How you doing, Pop? Oh, terrific, man, terrific. Oh! This here is Catherine. She beautiful or what, huh? That's Jerry.
Hello, Jerry. Nice to meet you.
Hi. And that's Stevie.
Hello, Steve.
And, I'm Ginny.
Yes, I remember.
Oh, right. I just told you my name at the door, didn't I?
So, tonight's the night, huh? Yeah. And I love reunions.
Hey, you know, Bobby, you look wonderful. God, you get younger looking every time we see you. You know?
Thank you, Jenny. That means a lot to me,
Well,
really.
it's true. It really is. Here, let me take your things.
Oh.
Gosh, it's so early yet. I'm not even dressed. God. Oh, hey, listen, can I get you something? A beer or
You're a secretary, is that right?
Uh-huh, yes, I am.
Bobby told me.
Yeah, well, I am, yes, yeah.
Do you like it?
Oh, I love it. I do. It's a big, beautiful office, and all the people are really nice too. And well, Mr. Norris says he'd be absolutely lost without me.
Your employer?
Oh yeah, right. Mr. Norris is my boss. Oh God, you know it's going to be 5 years in January. Isn't that incredible? How the time just flies.
You know the bird of time has but a little way to flutter, and the bird is on the wing.
No, I know. Anyway, Mr. Norris is very nice. He is a very nice man, you know. In fact, he's almost like a father to me, really. Well, which is not to say that he doesn't have these certain rules that he's extremely fussy about. Well, like once, you know, I mean, I knew it was dumb, but I was going to be late, and the Starlight was crowded, so I went to another deli to pick up coffee and a toasted bran muffin for him. Do you know that as soon as he bit into the muffin, he knew that it wasn't his regular muffin? And he gave me this look, right? Oh, God, I felt terrible. No, I felt terrible, I did. I could see he was so disappointed in me, you know. But he is very nice, he is, and I know he meant it when he said he'd be absolutely lost without me. And you're a stewardess, right?
Yes, I am.
That must be exciting, I bet.
I'm very happy.
You know, I always wanted to be a stewardess.
Really?
Bobby, are you absolutely positive I can't get you anything? Come on!
What are you worried about? There'll be plenty of eats at the reunion.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
I think maybe Catherine and Bobby would like to sit down and rest for a couple minutes. They had a long drive.
Oh my God, I'm not even letting you sit down. Come on, God, sit down, sit down.
You all grew up together, is that right?
We started grammar school together and went right through to high school.
Yeah, then these guys go off to different colleges and left me in New Jersey to rot. Oh, hey, did I ever tell you I went to college?
You did?
Yeah, for about a month.
You did? I didn't know that,
Oh,
Bobby.
well, it didn't work out, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, I never went to college either. Well, not that my grades weren't good enough, but at that time my mother was all alone and I felt like I had to make some kind of a decision. You know what I mean?
I only went to one of those two-year colleges myself, before I became a student.
Did you like it?
Oh, yeah, it was fun. I met a lot of interesting people.
So, Stevie, what the hell's been happening, man?
Oh, Bobby. Bobby, Steve is writing a TV program so Jerry can star in it.
All right, now, about time you guys started cooking. Yeah. Oh, is there a part for me in this TV show?
Certainly, I have you playing a nuclear physicist.
Certainly, that's what you call your, oh, wait, no, don't tell me, what do you call it? Oh, typecasting.
Bobby, that's funny.
Oh, well, I know, I got a sense of humor about myself.
Well, you know you have the right attitude. It doesn't pay to take yourself too seriously. You know what I mean? Oh, Bobby, oh, hey, you know we loved your Christmas card last year.
Oh, did you? The one with the little Santa Claus stoned out of his head hallucinating at the North Pole?
Yeah.
You like that, did you?
It was cute,
Yeah, I thought you liked that. Did Jerry like it? Jerry don't seem to be smiling it too much here, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus, yeah, I liked your card, buddy.
You don't have to apologize.
You have to forgive me, Bobby. I'm a little out of it.
Yeah, Jerry's just a little confused right now about his ultimate goals in life.
I can dig it.
Ginny, please.
No, you want to talk about it, pal?
No.
Believe me, Jerry, I know where you're coming from, man, because I have been there myself. You want to talk about some heavy changes.
Yeah. Well, you know, Bobby, we were worried about you.
No?
We were until you called. We hadn't spoken to you in so long.
Yeah, it was been a year and a half.
At least, buddy.
Yeah, you know, we didn't even know if you were still playing or what. And, well, we thought that you might have been in some kind of trouble, and we wanted to help you.
Oh, no, we were just super depressed, that's what it was. Playing all those gigs and all those clubs, Man, I never thought I'd get sick of the Jersey Shore. That was my dream come true, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember, sure.
Yeah, well, it's a good life. Hell, it's a great life, but what the hell does it mean? I started worrying about getting old. Stupid, right, but, there I was, real gloomy Gus.
Bobby, that's so hard to believe.
No, believe it, yeah. Yeah, well, anyway, I got with this real together group of people, and they talk with me, give me some books to read, and I guess you could say they brought me back to life. Believe me, Jerry, I know where you're coming from, man, and if you ever want to have a serious talk about what's eating away at your gut and making you feel like you gotta puke when you get up in the morning, you just give me a call, man. I'm serious, please.
I know. Okay, thanks, Bobby.
It's okay.
Are you playing any of your own material yet, Bobby?
Nah, just the popular stuff, Something from Aerosmith, something from Kiss, little Led Zeppelin,
You playing
usual,
any Stones?
No way.
You're kidding. You don't play anything by the Rolling Stones?
Oh, no, the kids don't want to hear that stuff. 60s stuff, that's what they call it. They think Mick Jagger's an old fart.
No.
Yeah.
What the hell is the matter with these kids today? They think Mick Jagger's an old fart?
Oh, you better believe it, You see, now basically in my job, what you can do, you can play the right now stuff, which is to say, the 70s stuff. Or you can play the 50s stuff for a little doo-wop during the slow numbers, but man, you gotta stay away from that 60s stuff, because for some reason, kids just don't want to hear it.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. I figured the whole thing out one night, and what it all boils down to is cycles.
How do you mean, Bobby?
C-Y-C-L-E-S, cycles. You got your cycles of war, cycles of peace. Your washing machine has 3 basic cycles. It's the same with everything. People are born, people die, little people called children grow up, take their place. See, it's life. It's It's the way Jesus intended. And it's the same way with music, man. So, the way I figured, like 60s stuff should become real popular again in the 80s, and 50s stuff probably like modified, become the new music. See, now I really dig some of the sounds that were put down in the 60s. I mean, well, you see what I'm saying, but what can I do? It's not my job to tell people what they should like, but it all comes around again in the end, so it doesn't really matter. I take such comfort from that too, because I used to worry about getting old. But the beautiful thing, man, is that there's no such thing. No, because somewhere out there in space or time or somewhere, like all the moments of our lives are still going on. And it's like this movie, and we're all in it. And when the universe is destroyed by what do you call it?
Armageddon.
Right, yeah. And after that happens, see, everybody's going to realize that our entire purpose on this planet was just to sort of, lay back, stay mellow, and go with the flow. And that's why, see, in this cosmic sense, it doesn't matter whether it's like 50 shit or 60 shit or 70 shit or 40 shit or whatever, because it's all the same shit.
But can I tell you something?
Sure.
I don't think you have the faintest idea what you just said.
The guy's a pisser, huh? Oh, you want something else, man? I tell you, you have not changed in all the years I know you. Just come right out and say what's on your mind. You are beautiful, man.
What are you hugging me for?
Because you're beautiful, man.
I demand you retract that statement immediately.
Stevie, people are going to wet their pants when they see you, me, and Jerry walking into that reunion. Hey!
Jerry.
Hey, Bobby. Buddy, I'm not going to go to the reunion tonight.
I'm not going, huh?
Yeah, I'm really not up for it, and I'd appreciate it if I didn't have to discuss it, okay?
Oh. Well, that's a bummer. No, it's just I was really counting on all of us going together, do a little more smoke, get really ripped.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Freak out the folks back home.
I'm sorry. Maybe I can go next reunion.
No, don't have to apologize.
Thanks, buddy.
It's okay.
Anybody mind very much if I did some of my exercises?
What's there to mind?
Of course not, Jerry.
It's very important to do these exercises every day. I wasn't able to do them before. Starting to get high, I probably get too tired, so...
It's okay.
It's okay. He can't hear us now.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry. He can't hear us now. He's exercising.
What you mean when he's exercising, he loses...
Exactly. Well, subconsciously, of course. I mean, he's still picking up a few stray words and phrases, but on the conscious level, he's no longer even aware of us, so we can really just ignore him.
Steve, don't make fun of Jerry.
I wouldn't dream of making fun of Jerry. I know how important it is that he be allowed to work his aggressions out in this relatively harmless manner. Ginny, I know what the consequences...
Steve, what are you talking about?
I am talking about the truth, Ginny. The ugly, painful truth that we have lived with for all these years. Okay? I've been with Jerry on days when he hasn't had time to exercise, okay? He just started beating people up on the street.
Oh my God. Did he know these people?
No.
No.
He'd just single them out at random. An old man, a blind woman, you know, begin beating him up.
Violence, man, that's such a waste.
Bobby, Ginny, please. I try to hold him back, of course, but it was no use. I mean, I'd say, Jerry, look, he doesn't mean you any harm, you know? Someday we're going to be like that, too. Jerry, please come home. Just give the man back his crutches and let's go home. But he wouldn't listen. You know, one day...
Shut up!
See, now you've upset him. Why do you make up those stories about Jerry, Steve?
He was making all that up?
Yes! Yes, he was making all that up! Do you want to know why he was making that up? Okay, I'm going to tell you why he was making that up. Or no, Steve, would you rather tell him? Yeah, go ahead. You tell him why you were making up stories about me.
But because I'm silly?
No! Because you're silly! You are a silly man! You know what? Everybody in the room knows it now. Look, I know it, Bobby knows it, Catherine knows it, and Ginny knows it. How's that make you feel, Steve?
Silly?
Right! That's exactly right. That's how you should feel.
Come on, I knew Stevie was just kidding around.
Why didn't you tell me? Is Jerry really mad?
That was silly, Stephen.
But I have no right to exist.
Like, help yourself!
Jerry! Jerry!
The conversation back on rewind, huh?
Sorry!
Jerry,
I didn't mean to lose my temper in front of you.
now, Jerry, come here. I want you to come back down here and sit with me. Stephen, you'll sit over there until you can learn how to behave. Look, Jerry. Now, I know what you're going through. Believe me, I know how difficult everything seems.
Is this okay?
I don't think you're very funny, Stephen. Now, Jerry, I know what you're going through. I know how difficult everything seems. But it's times like these that we need other people. You see, we shouldn't lock up our feelings inside of us. We need people, all of us. Bobby, you know what I'm saying is true.
That's what it's all about, ain't it?
Okay, is everybody calm now? Okay, Jerry, I know how easy it seems to just want to give up.
I don't want to give up. I don't want to go to this reunion tonight.
Okay, you don't have to go to your reunion if you don't want to, but...
You may not realize this, but there's going to be a lot of people there tonight that remember me. I mean, they're all going to ask me the same question.
What question, Jerry?
How's it going?
So?
It's not going. It's not going. That is the point. My life is going nowhere. Look at... A lot of people, they had extremely high hopes for me.
We still do, man.
I wish you wouldn't say that, Bobby.
No, Bobby didn't mean that, did you?
Yeah, I didn't mean it, Jerry.
People didn't think I'd just do well in my profession. They had extremely high expectations for me. In fact, my guidance counselor in high school, he was the one who really encouraged me to become an actor. Thought I had some gift or something. Well, you remember, his name was Doc Burns.
Doc Burns? Man, I saw him just last month down in Jersey. No, I was shopping on one of them flea markets near Keensburg.
Doc?
Yeah.
Really? You saw the Doc?
Well, he asked about you.
Oh, good.
What did he say?
How old is Jerry, he says.
Good.
Well, how's he doing?
Oh, he got fired, you know.
Jesus, when?
A year or two ago. Fired or laid off, I don't know.
What's he doing now?
Oh, he's selling cosmetics. Yeah. Yeah, had a cousin got him into the business, you know. And he drives around this little VW just stuffed with his junk, you know, and goes to the different flea markets. You know?
You can't fire Doc Burns. I mean, especially at his age. What am I...
No, he says he likes it, Jerry. Yeah.
I know who's behind it. It's that principal, Conklin. He always hit it in for the Doc. When I love to lay into that guy. No, I'm sorry. I cannot accept this. I'm sorry.
Maybe I shouldn't have brought up this subject.
Now, Jerry, now listen, I'm going to tell you something. Do you know where you're making your big mistake? You think that you're the only person who has ever had these dreams. No, Jerry, we've all had dreams, and we've all had to give up certain dreams.
Jerry, now listen to me. Man, last night I dreamed that I was taking a shower with Catherine Deneuve. I had to give that up.
It's okay. Now, Jerry, have you ever taken the time to ask me what some of my dreams were? Do you know, in one way, we've had very similar dreams, Jerry. No, only I gave up my big dream a long, long time ago. You know, at the age of 15, I came to the painful conclusion that I was not a genius. And I'd always wanted to be a genius so badly, but alas, I couldn't do anything, and I mean anything. I couldn't paint, or dance, you know, or write like Steve, or act like Jerry, you know, or play music like Bobby, let alone be a genius, you know.
Honey, take it easy.
Well, I still wanted to understand things. I wanted to understand everything. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah, you know, the world that I lived in, and the way that people who can create must be able to understand the world that they live in and not be afraid of it. Well, like when I was little.
Ginny, please.
Go on.
Well, when I was little, I was always afraid of the dark. You know, boogie, boogie, boogie. Oh, Bobby. I'm sorry. So, well, one night, my mother let me stay up. It was so incredible. She came into my room where I was crying, and we tiptoed down the stairs. The house was pitch dark, well, except in the living room. And, oh, we had crackers with jelly and some chocolate milk.
Nobody wants to hear this, Ginny.
Are you kidding? This is great.
Seriously, does anybody really want to hear this?
Graham crackers?
Oh, of course, silly. What else would you eat jelly and chocolate milk with?
What kind of jelly?
Oh, wait. Strawberry.
You ever have apple butter? Apple butter with graham crackers? Oh, you know, every day when we come home from school, you know, we'd have this ice cold apple butter on graham crackers. Oh, hey, you want to say something unbelievable, huh?
Oh, wait a minute. What was I talking about? Oh, you made me forget. Oh, hell. No, I can't. Oh, what was that? I can't remember now. What was that?
You were talking about apple butter.
Bobby, you were talking about apple butter. Ginny was talking about being afraid of the dark when she was a little girl. So perhaps later on in the evening we'll have a discussion about apple butter, and if that should happen, I think you should be the person to lead the discussion. However, until that moment,
Let's see.
Bobby.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I wasn't making fun of you.
I didn't think you were making fun of me.
You were correct?
Okay. No, it's all right. I've got it now. I remember. Okay. So we had all of this food, and we had the TV on real quiet, and we played a game of Old Maid. And what happened was, you know, I was yawning, getting sleepy, you know, and then I noticed that there was something very, very bright shining through the curtains.
Don't tell me. It was the morning, right?
Right, Bobby. It was the sun. It was. And my mother opened the curtains and she said, "Ta-da!"
Ta-da!
Oh, and then she said, "Now, Ginny, now I want you to go upstairs and get some sleep. And from now on, if you're ever afraid of the dark, just remember how we sat up together and how nothing jumped out of the dark places to eat you. Then she said something I never forgot. Oh God, she put me back to bed, and right before I fell asleep, what?
Did you hear that?
What?
What? There's somebody out in the hall.
Be careful. Well, what am I saying? I didn't hear anybody.
I'm positive I didn't hear anybody.
Hey, now, you can never tell about this stuff, you know.
Hey, Bobby, you're not getting paranoid, are you? You shouldn't smoke so much if it's gonna make you
I'm
paranoid.
fine. Steve, what the hell's going on out there?
Bobby, shh.
Steve, what the hell's happening, man? Steve?
What?
He's gone.
Big guy?
Steve, you're so full of crap. There wasn't
He said make sure.
Yeah?
Make sure you don't miss that reunion.
That's right, I didn't forget about the reunion.
I didn't forget about it. We've got plenty of time, so I think we ought to let Ginny finish with what she was saying before it started.
You know, Steve, you really pissed me off.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was honestly trying to express myself, and you weren't paying any attention. You know, I mean, God knows that expressing myself around here is something I rarely get to do with you and Jerry arguing all the time, and you weren't paying any attention.
Hey, you're serious.
Well, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but
Say whatever you feel.
well, it's like you think that I wouldn't have anything very interesting to say. You know, like you're somehow superior to whatever I might possibly be telling you, you know.
I didn't know you.
Well, you know what it's like, Steve? It's sort of like arrogance, you know, like you're superior to other people. Now, I don't know, maybe it's not intentional.
Well, I really come across.
No,
like
now
that.
maybe it's just your way of coping with difficult situations, in which case, you know, it's cool and I can understand it, but you should be aware that other people do notice it.
Really?
Well, I would say they do. I mean, because I notice it. Anyway, where was I? Thanks. Thanks, this is really good. Thank you. Okay, so the point of the story... No, where was I?
Your mother put you back to bed.
Oh, right. Thank you. Okay, now I've got it. Now I remember. Okay, so my mother put me back to bed, and right before I fell asleep, she said, "Ginny, just remember that the dark is just a great big warm room with all of the lights out. Just because you can't see the room sometimes doesn't mean that it isn't there." The end.
And that's like when you die? Jesus turns on the lights for you, and you can laugh at whatever scared you when you was alive, right?
I don't know.
What?
Oh, Bobby, no. All of a sudden, I had this terrific rush. I couldn't.
So did I.
Are my legs still on?
There's good smoke, huh, Steve?
So peaceful. Just sitting around and talking. Do you do this often?
Well, we,
Because we're usually out, Bobby's usually playing, or we're watching somebody else playing, or I'm flying, What I mean is, what do you do for fun?
Really, this is it.
Jerry!
Yeah, now that Jerry is entering the sunset years, we feel it's best to avoid overexcitement.
Well, you don't travel, you don't go to a movie or a concert?
Well, of course not every night.
What you did? This is it.
Yeah, Jerry, it's very simple. Jerry told Ginny that he wouldn't take her to see a movie till he got a part in one.
Oh, Stephen.
That's certainly a fair request.
No, that's not true.
Hey, what?
Do you watch a lot of television?
Oh, no, it's broken. We're gonna have it fixed.
Oh, there's a special on tonight on the golden age of television.
Is there? Oh, no, we're missing it. Oh, sorry, I guess I'm not a very good hostess.
Oh, don't be silly. It's on much later. We couldn't see it anyway.
Who are they showing?
Oh, God, everybody. George Burns and Gracie Allen and Sid Caesar and Imogene Coca and Milton Berle and Captain Video.
Oh, and his Video Rangers! Man, I used to love those guys. Hey, you still got your helmet?
My what?
Your helmet, man, your space helmet.
No, I don't still have my space helmet. Do you still have your space helmet?
Oh! No, what would I do with a space helmet? I was just kidding.
I know.
Hey, they were fun though, huh?
They were.
You violated a solemn oath.
I did?
All honorary Video Rangers swore that they would never throw away their official space helmets. I'm gonna have to report you for this.
No, don't report me!
Oh, Dave Garroway. And Red Skelton. And Edward R. Murrow.
Oh, I used to have such a crush on Edward R. Murrow.
Really? I never had a television romance until JFK. When he looked into the camera and told the nation that there were missiles in Cuba. That was incredibly sexy, I thought.
Well, Edward R. Murrow may not have been sexy, but he looked just like my father.
Oh.
He did. And they both died from too many cigarettes, too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, my father was beautiful. He always wore these very clean white shirts. He would come home from the factory and he would take a shower, and then he would put on one of his very clean white shirts, and he smoked Camel cigarettes, which were very clean and white because nobody smoked filters then, well, on account of nobody knew what cigarettes could do to you. And he used to read the evening paper and smoke. I used to just sit sometimes in the corner of the couch, pretending to take a nap, and I'd watch my father in his clean white shirts, his hair was all wet and combed back and shining, smoking his little white cigarettes. He was beautiful.
Could I have a glass of soda?
Of course, Bobby.
Thanks.
I was in high school during the Cuban Missile Crisis. And when the blockade went into effect, they let us downstairs, into the basement, and then all the nuns stood around. Everyone had to say the rosary because people really believed that a nuclear war could have broken out that morning. But I didn't want to stay there. I didn't want to die like that. And I was near a flight of steps that led upstairs, so when no one was looking, I snuck out. I just wanted to be outside. And I had never been disobedient or questioned authority before that moment.
All right.
Oh, and it was cold outside. There was an incredible blue sky and no wind, and there were no people. And I walked around the empty schoolyard. I was so afraid. There were tears in my eyes because I really believed that I was looking at everything for the last time. It was so beautiful. I felt like a little girl. And I began to touch things. The brick wall of the school and the iron railing of the fence that ran around the yard, the bicycle rack. Everything was so cold and yet so beautiful. And I filled my lungs up with air. I was alive. And I had never admitted to myself, how much I loved just being alive. And I knew that if I ever survived, I would never forget that morning when I wanted to touch and feel everything around me. I was 16 at this time, a virgin, and after the crisis had passed, I still felt like I was moving through a very beautiful dream. I had a date with Greg Sutton, the captain of the basketball team, very soon after. So that night, without even realizing that I was saying the words, I begged Greg to make love to me. And he couldn't believe it. He was probably a virgin too, but I said, Greg, all of us are on this earth for a very short while. And we can't be afraid. We have to open ourselves up to every moment. So Greg and I made love in the back seat of his car on this real cold winter's night at the drive-in. And moonlight shone in through the windows. I can't begin to describe what it was like. I can only ask you to try and imagine it. Oh, Greg, I whispered, oh, Greg, yes. Yes, 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 yes. And I wrapped my arms around him and I remembered, how beautiful and how precious the world seemed to me that morning. And I grabbed at him repeatedly, and I plunged my tongue deep inside of his mouth, and my breasts were heaving, up and down. I was so hot. It was indescribable. I can only ask you to try and imagine what it was like. Anyway, after that night, Greg must have done some bragging to his friends because the next week I was literally besieged with requests for dates, all of which I accepted. And Greg became jealous, but I explained to him how I needed to reach out and touch everyone. You know, just like on that morning, I wanted to touch every leaf on that big oak tree outside school, because I thought that the whole world was going to perish in a fiery holocaust. So before the term was over, I went to bed with over 20 different boys. And my geometry teacher, Mr. Hanfield. Yeah. And that summer, I took a cottage with some girls down by the Jersey Shore, and they were college boys, in and out of the house every night. I denied myself nothing. And then at long last, I became a stewardess, you know. And I traveled all over the world, you know, and I had innumerable sexual experiences, you know, with men of every race and culture imaginable, you know. Also, I was able to see the clouds close up, you know. I always wanted to do that, you know. I wanted to reach out and touch them. And I still do. Perhaps someday I will. But I've never lost the joy of just being alive ever since that morning in 1962. And you know, Bobby always says that I'm the most passionate person that he knows, you know, in or out of bed. And he understands why. You know, although I love him, I have to have the freedom to reach out and touch and commune with my fellow human creatures, you know, because we're all on this earth for a very short while. And I just can't get depressed by that.
Can I have a glass of soda?
Of course, Bobby.
Thanks.
What, please, go on.
What is your ultimate goal in life?
My ultimate goal in life is to live on the moon. Yes?
That's news to me.
I don't think this subject ever came up before, Bobby.
The moon?
It's not going to be possible for many years yet.
Good.
You should never have thrown away your helmet.
But it will be possible, though, won't it? I mean, not right away, but just think, in our lifetime, people are going to be living out there.
Yes.
Oh, it's scary.
Oh, I think it's exciting. I mean, the whole world is changing. You know, everything is changing. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. And here we all are at this extraordinary moment in time, and we're alive. And really, what could be more exciting than that?
You know what I think is really exciting? There's going to be a record of all of it. You know, I mean, because television and movies, people in the future, they're going to see how we lived for like the first time.
I just think that's so exciting.
Do you really think so?
Well, just think we'll be able to preserve these images of ourselves for the future.
Right. And the same goes for all the people at Woodstock, right? I mean, because of the movie, the moment was like saved.
That is such a good example.
Yeah. You know, I had a chance to go up to Woodstock with all these kids. I turned it down. Oh! I thought it was all some kind of publicity stunt. I was staying with my uncle. Remember that summer? Working in his factory. And I guess it's about 7:30 in the morning, real hot, and I was walking to work. And I watched this caravan of cars go past me. They had bedrolls tied on top, and all these banners that said Woodstock or bust, all these kids waving at me. And I waved back at them. Everybody was laughing. I guess they wanted me to come with them. Yeah. I was laughing because I thought they were crazy. It was literally a caravan. And I couldn't see them anymore because of the dust. And when the dust cleared, they were gone. It was like there was nobody else around. I was just standing there holding my thermos, looking down the road after him, wondering if I should have. Yeah, you know. But the important thing is, where are we now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what are we feeling now, all of us? I mean, hey, Woodstock, Jesus. You talk about not being able to confront your past. I've been making myself sick all these years, thinking there was something there that I missed. It's probably nothing more than a bunch of muddy sleeping bags and bad acid trips. Yeah, man. I mean, who the hell knows? Catherine, were you at Woodstock?
Yes, I was.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
It was beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful memories I'll ever have in my life. You would have loved it, Jerry.
Thanks.
Oh, hey, come on.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. Come on, Jerry.
You know?
So don't stop now. For goodness sake, Catherine, don't apologize for this. Come on. Come on, let me see you smile. Okay, all those who want to see Jerry smile, raise your hands. Huh? Stephen. Okay, now it's unanimous. See, now you have to smile. So, Bobby, would you do me a favor?
You name
Would
it.
you take off his socks and tickle his feet?
My
And
pleasure.
while you do that, I'm going to work on his stomach here.
Can I do
cut it out.
anything?
No, I don't think so. Captain Bobby and I should be able to handle this. Thanks. Oh,
Come on, just cut it out.
He's starting to smile.
And I'm not starting to smile. Can we begin behaving like adults, or are some of us still children?
Whoa! Hey, maybe Jerry's right, huh?
I don't know. What do you think, Bobby?
What do you think, Ginny?
Yes, smile, you. Smile. There we go. We did it!
That wasn't fair.
Oh, be quiet. You loved it.
I didn't love it. I'm still not going to the reunion. So that's what you're thinking. You just forget. We cannot do that.
Jerry, I love you. For looking so cute when you were laughing a while ago.
Why do you always want me to be laughing? Why don't you listen to me when I talk to
Jerry,
you?
when was the last time you really tried to talk to me?
Look, I don't want you doing things just because of me.
No, you mean not anymore, you don't.
What's that supposed to mean?
Jerry, I want to apologize if what I said...
Okay, come on, please, don't apologize. I feel bad enough about ruining the evening for all of you.
But you didn't ruin no evening. Come on, I hate to see you talk like that.
I'm the one who should be apologizing. I'm sorry.
I love you.
I love you, beautiful lady.
I love you, Bobby.
And who do you love, Steve?
Oh, Catherine Deneuve. I write her letters every day, care of Chanel number 5, but she never answers them. Each morning I get up, I walk down the steps to my mailbox, press my nose against the metal grill, sniff. Nothing. Some mornings it's even worse. I can't sleep. I get up, roam the streets searching for my mailman.
But know what time it is?
Oh, what is time, you know what I mean? What is time?
I'm going to have a glass of soda. Would anybody else like some soda, Catherine?
All right.
Steve?
I'll have whatever Bobby's. I'll have whatever Jerry's having.
Jerry?
Nothing.
Put a little whipped cream on mine.
Yes. I'll take care of you, Stephen. Bobby?
Yeah, I'll have another glass of soda.
Jerry, that was a joke. You know, when you're a big star in my comedy series, which you still don't think is going to happen, you're going to say to me, Steve!
Thank you for teaching me to laugh at myself. Thank you for bringing a little sunshine into my life.
Steve, seriously, what if that script doesn't sell?
Are you kidding? Norman Lear would love the script.
Just assume you're not going to be able to sell the script, Steve, okay? You going to be content to spend the rest of your life getting stoned? Watching Abbott and Costello reruns every morning before you go to work? Then walking around some bookstore?
Are you finished?
Walking around a bookstore with a notebook under your arm telling college girls that you're a famous writer?
I never told them I was famous.
Ta-da!
What if the script doesn't sell, Steve? When you got out of college, you wrote poetry for 3 years. You ever sell any poetry?
Well, when you got out of college, you wanted to give expression to the hopes and fears of our generation in your own words, and I quote from memory. Do you feel you accomplished this as an actor?
You ever sell any poetry?
No, nobody sells poetry. They just print it up in those little magazines.
Did you ever sell any poetry?
No. Did you become the Marlon Brando of our generation? Do you own a chain of islands in Tahiti? Are they selling posters with your picture on them in Times Square?
Then you started writing short stories. You ever sell any short stories?
No, I never sold a short story. So what? What do you tell casting directors when they ask you about your accomplishments? Well, you know, for like a couple of years, I wanted to be the Marlon Brando of my generation. But about 15,000 people told me that I wasn't right for the part, and then blah, blah, blah.
Then came the novel.
Don't you guys want any of this soda?
The novel. It was turned down by how many publishers?
I don't know about any of you, but I love this.
The novel which was turned down by how many publishers? 30?
Nope, 31. And what do you mean, what do I tell all the girls that come in the bookstore? What do you tell all the people who work in the office with you? Huh? What do you tell your boss?
What if the script doesn't sell, Steve?
Christ. I'll bet you that within 6 months to a year, I'll no longer need to work in that damn bookstore and you'll be able to quit your office job for good. Now, what do you say to that?
I believe you, Stephen.
Thank you.
Say you're probably too late. I was fired last week.
What? You're kidding.
I've just been pretending to go to work every morning.
Jerry, you lost your job? Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, shit, more problems.
I really didn't mean to lay this on everybody, okay?
I didn't even know you had a job.
It's a survival job. It's really, I shouldn't have mentioned it. It's not important.
But if it wasn't important, why mention it at all?
Huh?
I mean, he must have wanted to talk about it, or he wouldn't have told us.
Thanks a lot for confiding in me, by the way.
Did they give you a reason?
Yeah, they told me I was taken off too often to go to auditions.
Did you want to get fired?
Hey, what are you doing? Huh?
Did you want to get fired? This is very clear to me.
She thinks she's a doctor, huh? Hey, Ginny, what's the matter, huh?
Oh, nothing, Bobby.
Hey, come on, don't let none of this get you down. I mean, everything's gonna work out okay.
I'm very confused.
Oh, too much smoke. Huh?
Yeah, maybe. Bobby, how can you smoke so much and still drive, huh?
Years of practice.
You can still drive, can't you?
Can Fred Astaire still dance?
No.
I I mean, I want you all to arrive safely at the reunion.
Now, don't you tell me that you ain't going.
Jenny, I don't understand why you don't want to go to the reunion with Steve.
You don't?
She doesn't have to go with me if she doesn't want to.
Stephen, I didn't say that I
if
didn't
you don't want to, I'd just soon sit at home and do the crossword puzzle and TV Guide.
Hey! What is this? Man, what's going on here? I don't know what's the matter with everybody anymore. Now, I don't see what the problem is. We're supposed to go to this reunion, so let's go to this reunion. I don't want to hear no more about nobody not going. You're all going to have a good time.
Bobby.
I mean, first Jerry says that he ain't going, which I try to understand, man.
I'm just not up for
And then
it.
she says she ain't sure about going, and he says that she don't go, he don't go.
Bobby, I didn't mean to upset you. Come on, Stephen, why don't you do something? I don't know, make him something.
What can
Anything, make him. I'm sorry, Bobby. I didn't mean to make you upset like this.
Steve was kidding. Come on.
Steve's gonna make you laugh now anyway. Okay, come on, Steve. Here, come
Buddy,
on.
look at this.
Hey, come on. Hey, look at this.
Bobby, this is an impression of Jerry watching a Laurel and Hardy movie. This is an impression of Jerry watching a Marx Brothers movie.
Actually, we rarely get to the movies, you know. I mean, I rarely do.
This is an impression of Jerry watching a W.C. Fields movie.
Oh, Steve, you know who you remind me of wearing that mask?
Your brother Nicky?
Hey! My brother Nicky can't help the way he looks.
Oh, Bobby, that's okay. Steve didn't mean that.
I was kidding.
He was kidding.
Bobby,
It's
Bobby.
okay.
Bobby, who does he remind you of with that mask on?
Oh, you know, every time they show it, we get really stoned and sit in the front row.
2001.
Yeah.
The dawn of man.
The part with the gorillas.
God, you know, I never saw that movie.
You never saw 2001?
Well, I don't keep up with movies much, but if it's really that good.
Oh, there's this absolutely incredible opening, you know, where we see our ancestors, who are, of course, these gross apes, you know, on the verge of becoming men. And we see them, learning to use these weapons to kill their prey with, you know. And then we see them alone at night, and it's very beautiful. And they're looking out at the stars, you know, which they do not understand. and then we see them huddled together in their simple caves in order to keep each other warm and protected from the elements, you know, from the wind and the rain. And their eyes are bright with fear and wonder as they prepare to become men and confront the mystery of the universe.
Hey, that reminds me of this crazy girl I went up to see 2001 with. She was one of those girls...
No, women. Women. Girls are children. Women are not children.
Right. This crazy woman I went out with for about a year. Remember, Jerry? I wrote you a letter about her. Remember?
I remember the letter. You remember writing me saying you'd fallen in love, you were going to ask her to marry you?
Cowabunga!
It was a pure Hollywood ending, our last day together, in the rain, no less. And she was telling me with tears in her eyes that I was like living in this fantasy world, right? Now you have to picture this, the two of us just standing on the sidewalk, you know, just looking at each other in close up, and the camera cutting back and forth between our faces in this warm spring rain. And then she turns and she says goodbye. And she turned and walked away, and I could feel the camera pulling back for a long shot. And I felt her about to become a memory. And I remember watching her walk with her friends. It was like this slow motion flashback, you know, in the rain or singing, the wind blowing her hair. And I ran to her and I grabbed her shoulders and I turned around. I said, you know, the first time I saw you, you were walking in the rain. I saw you from a window in the library, and you were soaked, and the leaves were all over you, and you looked so helpless. And even though I didn't know who you were, I wanted to take off my coat and put it around you, which you would never have let me do, but I thought at that moment that it would have been possible for me not to be afraid of anything, if I could only put my coat around someone I loved and pretend that I could protect them. I just wanted to tell you that.
Thank you.
Huh?
Oh, did you say something? I don't think so.
Ginny, you will come with us to the reunion, won't you?
What?
You will come with us to the reunion, won't you? There are a lot of things that I'd like to talk to you about.
I just wanted to tell you that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Don't let that worry you. Nobody knows what to do.
What's the matter with Stevie, huh? Something matter with Stevie?
Steve? Oh, no. I hate when this happens, Steve. God, it's been so long since this has happened, Steve. Steve, you see, what you have to understand is that Steve isn't like other people.
Yes, I can see that.
No, I mean, he's extremely sensitive.
Well, will he be all right?
Yeah, he'll be all right. He just won't remember anything that he said, is all.
Does that happen often?
Only about once, twice a year, whenever Steve's forced to deal with reality.
Well, at least he's trying. Certain things take time.
I know. Stevie, come on, man. You got to get a grip on yourself.
Bobby?
No, be okay.
Oh, God, Catherine, isn't there anything I can do for...
Do you have any cake?
Cake?
Tweet.
Oh, God, what's the matter with him? What?
Twinkies.
Naturally, it took a month or two to get over her breaking up with me. But,
Steve?
that's normal.
Steve, are you all right?
Of course I'm. What's wrong with Bobby?
He just got a little nervous. He'll be fine.
Tweet.
Bobby will devil dog too.
He'll be fine now.
Devil dogs.
Oh, Steve. You're back with us. How are you feeling?
Well, I feel fine.
Are you sure?
I feel fine. Please don't look at me like that.
Well, if you don't feel all right, you shouldn't be afraid to say
I
something.
feel fine. A little sleepy, that's all.
Hey, Stevie, man, we got to pull ourselves together. Well, you keep flipping out. Hey, you want the devil dog? I don't think I can eat all these.
I don't think anybody expects you to eat all 24 of those, Bobby.
Give me one of those.
Straighten you right out.
Straighten me right out?
Hey, Jerry, you want a devil dog? Anybody want a devil dog?
No, I'm on a diet.
Well, in that case, you only get 2. Huh? Jerry, you want a devil dog?
Straighten me right out?
Just take it easy, Steve. You'll be okay.
Do you hear what he's saying? Isn't that incredible?
Well,
I said, why do you keep a box of these in the kitchen if you're on a diet? Oh. Well, we keep them there for Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, I hope you don't mind us eating all your devil dogs.
Maybe Catherine would like one.
Yeah, you want one?
At this moment, I'd like a devil dog more than anything else in the entire world.
Yeah, what the hell? I'll have another one.
Why don't you have another one?
That's funny. Oh, Stevie, guess what? Man, I'm gonna let you ride shotgun.
You read my mind.
Ginny, have you made up your mind?
Well, do you think I might have time for a little nap?
Sure, but
First.
we're going to have to leave soon, okay? So if you're going to
Yeah, I just, I need to lie down for a few minutes, and then I'll see how I feel when I get up, okay?
That's fine.
I'm so tired I can't think straight. I'm gonna lie down for a few minutes. You know, if you want to change your mind and come with us, there's still time. Steve. Someday I'm gonna let you take me to see 2001 at the movies, okay?
It's a date.
Catherine, there's room to stretch out over here if you want.
Oh, I think I will. Hey, don't eat all those.
Come on.
Do you feel better?
Yeah. Thanks. Hey, Stevie, come on, man. Don't fall asleep on me.
I just want to rest my eyes for a minute.
Hey, didn't I tell you that was good smoke? Huh?
Stays with you.
You have to know how to pace yourself.
Hey, Steve. Man, he's asleep.
Yep.
He always was a good sleeper.
Bobby, I'm sorry.
What for?
I'm just sorry, man.
You don't have to be sorry. Listen, you got something you want to say to me?
Yeah.
Well?
Ah, damn it.
Come on.
No, I don't know if I can make you understand.
Oh. No, I get you.
No, but I don't mean that.
No, it's okay.
No, it's like... When I got fired, and I was walking around the streets, I thought all the people back at the office...
You felt bad, I know.
I could imagine them all sitting at their desks as if nothing had happened. I mean, as if nothing would ever happen. And I knew I wasn't part of their world. I mean, I knew it before they knew it, but I didn't know how to say goodbye.
So you didn't say anything?
Nope.
Oh. Forget it, man. It's over. Everything's gonna turn out okay. Where are you going?
I'm gonna get out.
Huh?
Just get some air, Bob. I need a little air.
Good idea. Anything you want me to tell him when you don't come back? You need some bucks?
No, buddy, I'm fine. I got some money put away.
Because if you need it, I got the bread.
You know, there's something I just want to thank you for.
Me?
Yeah. Do you remember that time in high school I got in all that trouble?
Oh. You ran away from home and the cops picked you up in Delaware.
Right. Brought me home in a squad car. My parents, they were really upset with me. They wouldn't talk to me. All my friends, even Stevie, they really hurt because I didn't tell them where I was going.
Sure.
Yeah, you were the only one. You didn't avoid me, and you didn't ask me why.
Well, you know, I just figure you do what you think you have to do. You were snoring.
You woke me up to tell me I was snoring.
No, I had to ask you something anyway. Well, you gotta promise me you won't laugh.
Well, hurry up. I'm falling back to sleep.
Okay. If I have to live on the moon someday, would you visit me? Don't laugh. Well?
If you have a television.
You know, Stevie, that's what I love about you. You never change.